Hello. So today we are going to see how we can create AI agents with our NeoPilot framework. Building AI agent is very easy process with our framework. I will just show you how we can do that. Once you create your account on NeoPilot, you will get landed on this screen. On this right side on this launch palette, you will see multiple options. So between these multiple options, we will click on workspace. Workspace is the place where we create our AI agents. On this screen, on left side, you will see multiple options. In these options, right now we will work on agents and GenAI pipelines. First, let me tell you what is the difference between agents and GenAI pipelines in our framework. Agents is a software entity which helps us to automate our tasks or complete our task behalf of us. And pipelines are the workflows which provide complicated workflows or core business logics. I will show you how we can do that. In our framework, agent handles user interaction part or any state management, event handling, calling multiple GenAI pipelines within it. Means one agent can call one pipeline or more than one pipelines. So I will show you how we can do that. So once you click on agent section, here you can see we have provided multiple sample agents here for your reference. To see the diagram of these agents or the flow of this any of this sample agent, just click on this log icon. Once you click on this log icon, then click on this designer section. Here you will see our agent canvas where you can see agents or that particular agent's diagram. So right now we will close this. Got this. Now we are going to see one sample agent. We will be creating trip planner agent in our example or in this video today. For creating new agent, before that I will show you in this GenAI pipeline section also, you can see we have provided multiple sample pipelines for your reference. I will show you one, this financial data analyst pipeline. You will be able to see the diagram of this pipeline. Also, if you have confusion about any of this step or any of the block, so we also have documentation. Means I will show you how we can get to documentation also. So first we will click on this plus icon for creating your new agent. For and this you can see here your name field is mandatory, and we also have other fields here like description, tags, version. Description and tags we will require when we will publish our agent. Means when people will search your agent on marketplace, so we will recommend your agent based on your tags and their description. Right now we will only require your name of the agent, so we'll name it trip planner. And after clicking on trip planner, we will click on this designer section to get redirected to our agent building canvas. Here you can see your agent building canvas. So once you click, as I told you about the documentation, so if you click on this button, so you will get redirected to this documentation section. On this, we have separate section called building an AI agent. In this, two separate main sections, agent builder and GenAI pipeline builder. So first, you will get main work through about our framework, like what are the agents, what are the pipelines on this main section. Like here you can see we have one agent diagram and one pipeline diagram and how we call pipelines in our agent. Also basic overview of our architecture, why do we use AI agents, then why do we use pipelines and how we integrate them. Those all things are mentioned here. So let's get back to our previous screen. So when building our agent, first we will need some way to interact with user, right? So for that we will need various AI components in our agent. So we will start from these components like UI components. We have this widget block or widget component in our framework. So we will drag drop it. And here for interacting with user, we will need some interactive interface, right? So for that we have our AI chat widget, which is provided by us. You can also build your custom widget if you want. For now, we will start with our AI chat widget. AI chat widget is something on user can interact, means user can give inputs and see outputs and all that stuff. First, we will name this widget AI chat. We will just name it AI chat, and then we will select our AI chat widget. I will also show you how it looks like. So after selecting that widget, and this is the start block from where our agent execution starts. So we will connect this block to our AI chat widget component, and we will select this events on enter and show. Means whenever we will enter in the execution of this agent, first thing we will show is this widget. Now let's see the progress of our agent until now. So for that, first you will have to make your agent publish, then click on close and then click on save. After clicking on save, to see your agent, you will have to go back to your our main screen, then refresh your screen and click on this agent section. Once you click on this agent section, you can see the three menus here: subscribed agents, my agents, and sample agents. Sample agents are the agents which I already told you, the provided by us for your reference. Then the subscribe agents, which you will subscribe for from our marketplace, which will be provided by us or from other users. And here the third one is my agents. My agents will show your own agents. So this is our agent trip planner. If you click on this, here you can see we have got our AI widget, AI chat widget, where you can give inputs to our agent right now. After that, we will go with our further development of our agent. Then we'll come back here. We'll click on this pencil icon, and then we will again click on this designer box. So now, as I said, we are building travel planner agents. So first, we will let's ask user for his destination and number of days he's going to travel. So for that, we will have to show that message to user to asking these things from him. So for that, we have one component called display message. Also, one important part is we have a dedicated section for each component in our documentation, where we have explained what are the inputs or outputs of specific component, or what that component does, or many sample uses. So it will help you a lot. So we will keep this name display message, or we can call it welcome message, whatever you want. This message will be displayed on our AI chat widget. Here we also have rich text editor, means we can you can do any styling to your agent. We will ask user, please provide your desired destination, the number of travel days. So here we can also make T capital travel days, sorry, travel days. Then we can make this bold if you want. Also this travel days part, full stop. Yes. So this is our message we want to show to the user. Then click on save button. And this message we want to show when this widget will load, right? So first we will connect this AI chat widget to that display message component. Then our here event will be on load, means whenever that widget will load, we want to execute this. Okay. Then we'll again click on close and save. So again we will see whether we are getting our message or not. So here we will just run this agent again. See, we have got our message. Please provide your desired destination and the number of days travel days. So we have come until now. After this, the next part will be, at this stage you will see user will provide like I want to travel to Dubai for 5 days. So we got this input from user, right? So now after taking this input from user, we want to do some processing and do that research and show the output or that plan or that travel plan to that our user, right? So for that, if we need LLM processing and other handling, like here we are going to use chain of thought approach, where we will use multiple blocks. I will show you how interestingly we can use that, or how easily we can use that. So for that, we will build one pipeline which will does this for us. Means first it will take input from our user. Means whatever the input user will give us right now, it will take that input and it will do that processing or that research part and show that travel plan to our user. So for that, first I will show you just one block. Set inputs means whenever we call our pipeline, we set its inputs. So I will name this block set inputs for our pipeline. So setting input is a very easy part. means whatever the input we are getting from user, we will create one result object and we will pass that object to our call GenAI pipeline component. You will also find this in detail in our documentation section, where we have added one separate section here, pipeline input output handling, where we have mentioned in detail how we call pipelines and what are the type, in what types we can call pipelines. So this is just one of the easy way to set inputs for a pipeline. So for that, we will create one result object where whatever the user requirement we are getting, we will get it from arguments dot message. Means whatever the requirement user gives, it's get added in this arguments message. Then we will simply return this result object. So, and also one important part is whenever we give any input on this AI chat widget, our one event which are defined by us got triggered. We called it on chat message event. So we will see, name that event and click on save. Means that event will be triggered and it will take these inputs and we will call our pipeline. So now our another part or main part will be to create our pipeline, which will take this user requirement from us and will process it and show us the output. So for that, I will show you how we can create that pipeline. So first I will click on save here. Then we will go to GenAI pipeline section. So here also, as I said before, you can see multiple sample pipelines here. So for our pipeline, we will click on this plus icon. Then we will name our pipeline. So here we can name it like a trip planner pipeline, trip planner agent pipeline, or chain of thought pipeline, because we are implementing chain of thought approach here. So for making it simple, let's name it trip planner agent pipeline. Trip planner agent. But here there can be also one another approach. Suppose you can create some pipelines we can use by multiple agent. Like suppose you have built some pipeline which takes some document and just processed it and gives you a summary. So this is kind of a this is like generic pipeline, right? So or any agent can use that pipeline. So in that case, you will give some generic name to that pipeline, like document processing pipeline, which will be used on multiple agents. Here our pipeline is bit agent specific, that's why I'm giving this name. So that's like the same like agent builder. We will get this canvas in pipeline section also. So here in pipeline also we have multiple components, like you can see analyze image, generate text, make function calls, loops and all. For we have a documentation for each and every component. We also have shown multiple approaches to use this component, so it will be very easy for you to build this. So here as we know, we are just using one simple use case, so we'll use this generate text component. To get to know about our generate text component, as I told you before, you can go in our this documentation section. Here we have key points and importance, where we have mentioned about each and every terminology, like what is value, session, input, how we map inputs and outputs and all the things. So here in generate text, first we give name to our block. And as I said, we are going to implement here chain of thought approach to plan the user's travel plan. So I have just pre-written some prompts here which we are going to use today. Here you can see your prompts. So in first step, we will do some destination research with our LLM call. Then second step, we will do itinerary planning. And in our third LLM call, we will do final tree finalization, right? So first we will take this name and we'll give it to our block. So after that, you will get this providers section drop down. Here we provide multiple providers. Here you can see. So you can select any of the provider according to your requirement. Currently, I will select GPT-4o Mini. After that, you can see we have option of system prompt and prompt. So in system prompt, as you can see, I have already written my system prompt like you are an expert travel researcher with deep knowledge of global destinations. So I will copy this prompt. You can in your use case you will have to define what kind of agent you are building, and your prompts will depend on what you want to achieve in that step. So I will add this prompt. You can see I have selected value here because we are hard coding this prompt here. You can also take dynamic prompts from agent side. Depends on what kind of use case you're working on. Second thing, we also want to take input from user. So for that, I will keep this field input, and as you know, our input will be the user requirement as we mapped, or we can keep it travel request. Let's keep it travel request. We will change it in agent side later on. So we will take this travel request from as an input, and then we'll make it sentence. As you know, all these things we have explained in detail in documentation section. So I will just give you the brief overview of that. Like input is something which we take from http or from outside. Then we have session is like taking inputs from previous step, and we have value which will be hard coded there. This sentence means we can add placeholders in our prompt, like if you know about prompt engineering. Even if you don't, what we do here is in sentence section we mention placeholders like this. Suppose I mentioned 0. So in this place, when the prompt will go to LLM, that array will start from this place, right? So this whatever input we will get in this section will be automatically replaced here. So this is how we can map multiple inputs and give in this final prompt. So I will just cut it, and we'll take our prompt here, which we have written already. So you can see user prompt, and we'll paste it here. So as you can see, as I told you about the placeholder travel request, it's taking it from this zeroth index, means it will take it from here. And here we have that mapping section, means response means will be the response of this pipeline, or we can see it as for debugging purpose too. So what as I told you, we are going to use three steps. So we will save the output of this step in this session, which can be used later in the further steps. So we'll name that output as destination overview. So I will name it, and also we can take it as a response to see that whether this step is giving us desired output or not. So I will click on save. So you can see we have got our first block here. I will in the same way I will connect this on state save. So we got our first block on place where we are doing the research of destination. This block will do that research of destination and save that detail in this destination overview. After that second block, as I told you, it was itinerary planning. So for that, we will do repeat the same thing. We will drag and drop this box. Then we will name it as itinerary planning. I will just copy this and put it here. Then after that, I will again select the provider Foro Mini. We'll take system prompt, which is you are an experienced planner who creates optimized travel itineraries. I will make it value again. Then after this, in same way, now here is the interesting part. As you know, let me just first save it. Now we can get two things at this step. First, which is the initial input which was from user, and second, the output of this step, means this step will also give us destination research, right? So we can pass this output to as input to this step. This is what we call chain of thought. So here, uh, let me show you. Here we have, as you can see in the prompt, we are taking travel request, which was same as before, means this one. We will take travel request as input. We have already added the system prompt here. If you can see it, then the second will be from session, because this is the output of previous step. So which is and this is how we take it. Like as you know, here we saved it as session. So we will just copy this and paste it here, and we will make this sentence to use this that placeholders logic. So we'll again copy this prompt and just paste it here. So now, as you see, your prompt is ready. It will take this both as input and it will process it and give us some output. So we'll again map that output in detail itinerary variable. So let's make it session, save it. We will also make it response. This is not necessary to make it response, but I usually do this to check that my each step is giving proper response as I expected or not. So I will just save this. So now we got this destination research and itinerary planning. So I will just connect this step on success save. After that, we will go to the last step. So here is also the interesting part. So we got in same way. Let's give it title tree finalization. Let's save it. I will just show you what this component will do. So now here is the interesting part. As you see, first we got input from user. We have done destination research. Then we pass that output of this step plus that initial user input to this step, which has done itinerary planning for us based on the user input and the destination research. Then what we will do, we will pass this destination research itinerary planning also the user input to this final trip finalization step. And this is what we call chain of thought, as I already told you. And you can have multiple steps according to the complexity of your task. So I will just connect this first, save it, and here we'll again select the provider called Foromini. Then as we have this prompts here again. Here we have given prompt, you are a comprehensive travel advisor who provides complete trip guidance. So I will copy this, I will make it value and save it. So again here, I think you already got it right now. What we are going to do, first we will take input, which was our initial user input. Then we have two sessions because we have two steps before this. So we will take output of those two steps too, and we'll make this sentence. So let's take the first initial input first. So we'll add initial input here. We also have prompt here. Okay. Then after that session. So we will take output of this step, destination overview here, and after that we will take output of this second step, which was detailed itinerary. We will save it here. Then we will take our prompt, which takes these three inputs as placeholders, as I told you before. It does have its prompt and it gives some output. So we'll copy this, we'll come back here and just paste it. Okay. Then after that, now this is the final step, so we don't need to store the response of this step in session. We will name it as final trip plan. Okay. Then I will just save this. So as you can see, we have completed all these three steps with proper structure. So first, we had this block which will take user input, initial request, which will do destination research, then this itinerary planning, and then trip finalization. You can also name the color, add some styling to these blocks. Like if I want this block as yellow color, I want to apply a logo, then you can do that styling. Then the important part, you will have to make this pipeline publish. Then only it will be visible in the agents GenAI call pipeline blocks dropdown. I will show you what is that stuff. But first, let's remember to make it publish. Here also we have this docs option, which will redirect you to this same screen where you can see the detailed description of each block we have used now, or each terminology which we are currently using here. In this screen we will close it and we'll save this pipeline. Okay, so you can see we have trip planner agent pipeline. So our pipeline is ready now. Let's come back to our agent section. Here, as I told you, here we are going to map inputs. So now our we decided the input name was travel request, so we will take it as it is here. So we'll save this. After that, now we want to call our pipeline, right? So pipeline calling is the easiest step. We will just drag and drop this pipeline block. We will name it let's name it call trip planner pipeline. You can name it according to your use case if you want. After that, you will have to select which provider, means which LLM we are using in our pipeline. Like we were using OpenAI GPT, Chat GPT, or OpenAI Foro Mini. So we'll click on this mark. This is used whenever some user using our agent. So it will the one dialog box will pop up which will ask the API keys from user. So we will use user's API key for executing this agent. So when user will add his API key and click on save, so this that pipeline will be executed using, or those LLM calls will be executed using his API key, not our. So here you can see our trip planner agent pipeline. I will click on this and save, and I will just connect this block like for on complete execute. So after that, our pipeline will process that input and will give us some output, right? So we will have to display that output to user. So we have, for that use case, we have component called clean and display response. So whenever we get any output from LLM, so it adds that slash and two stars and those formats where we have to, then we have to check it which one is heading. So we have done means in short we have all that parsing of that output in this block. So you just name that final response name here. You just need to add that final response name here, or you can also, if you in means if your output has some other path, so you can specify that path here too. I will show you what this path thing is when we will execute our agent. So for now, I will show you what name. I will just duplicate this tab, and we will just see which name we are giving here. So we will go back to our trip planner agent pipeline. So in this final step, if you remember, we had this final trip plan variable where we were storing the final output of our entire flow, or our entire agent execution, or pipeline. Sorry. So we will rename it here. Means it will take that output from this variable and we'll show it here on our widget. And we want to display this on our AI chat widget. So let's save this also, and we will connect this block. Let me just arrange these components in proper way. Okay, so now I will just connect this. Also, when our pipeline will process, we can show some loader or something to user, so that it will indicate that some processing is going on. Show it loader, we also have component for that. And this component will be also visit which will be shown on this AI chat widget, and we'll connect this on this set inputs block on complete. We always connect loader with set inputs block. So when the pipeline gets executed, this response this loader automatically get replaced. We are ready with this our flow where our agent first will display this message, then it will take inputs from user and call the pipeline. First it will show this loader and call our pipeline, or after complete execution of our pipeline it will display the response to user. So I will just close this and save this. So now I will just show you the sample use of our agent. So now we will try running our agent. So as you see, it's asking us that same message. Please provide your desired destination and the number of travel dates. So let's tell him I want to travel to Paris, and for, let's say, 5 days. Let's say 5 days. So once you enter, it's asking us for API key. I will give our API key, and you can see now it's processing our request. Means that call has went to our pipeline, and it's now processing our inputs, and it will go through that series of steps as I told you before. First it will do the research of destination, then it will plan that itinerary thing, and then it will show us the detailed plan. So it might take a few seconds or minutes, depends on the use case you are having, or depends on it. It also depends on the prompts you're writing. Like if you told if you have said in prompt that I give me the detailed plan, so it will give us a very large response which may take more time. But if you told it if you had written in the prompt like just give me in 50 words or 100 words, so it might give you more faster responses. So right now our pipeline is processing those inputs, so let's wait. So here you can see we have got the response from our agent, which is comprehensive travel package for 5 days in Paris in France. Day one, arrival and iconic Paris. So morning, then you can read the plan like art and culture. So it has given us that 5 days detailed plan which we wanted. I think it has also given us some more budget estimation. Oh, so it also given us some common phrases like mercy means thank you and all. After that, health and safety tips, recommended apps, and okay, so it has also recommended some apps. Then trip modification in case of weather issues and closures. Enjoy your adventure. So you can see it has given us pretty much good response. So this is how easily you can build agents with our framework. This was just a simple use case. We will also show you some more advanced use cases in future, like building rags, graph rags, or any data analysis or any complicated things, calling external APIs, databases, or calling multiple agents, multiple pipelines, or automating your flows. All that things will be covered. So thanks for watching this video until the end, and see you soon. Thank you.